guys. Oh my gosh. Welcome back to the channel. I know it's been like 3 to 4 months since I've last been on the corner of the internet or on this specific corner of the internet. And I was just waiting until my schedule got a little more stable. So, because I didn't want to post a vlog and then leave again. So now that my schedule is a little more set in stone, I'm officially back. And as you can see, I'm thriving because autumn is around the corner. I am actually quite excited. It is currently August the 5th. August the 5th. And yeah, I'm just excited. I do have an exciting announcement for you guys that I'm probably going to put like after the intro or something like this. I don't know. But it's gonna be in here, and it is such an exciting announcement. Um, but but let's go ahead and jump into the TVR for this vlog. I decided also before getting into these, I decided that I need to purchase either a corkboard or a whiteboard to write down my TBR for that vlog, which, for example, this one, right? I end up forgetting what the heck it is I'm reading because I filmed this over the span of 2 to 3 weeks, and I try to do my reading toward the end of the weeks because those are when I have the most free time. With that being said, I am I'm just so excited, okay? But yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into my TBR for the vlog. And I don't know, I'm so excited to be back. But first things first, I am so freaking excited for this series. I have heard nothing but great things. And that is the Beth Brawler series, The Unselected Journals of Emma M. Lyon. I first seen the series on my Kindle Unlimited with this cover, and this is a cover I ended up picking up physically. I know they're being redone, and then this is a cover that's releasing, but I don't know, something about these specifically for journal entries, so satisfying. And I hope and pray that the newer volumes are going to still be released in this edition because I want everything to be cohesive. If I'm not mistaken, I believe there's going to be 22 to 24 volumes of the journal entries, and I think there's 8 now. There's 8 out now, and number 9 is in the works. But yes, I'm so excited. I guess I can put both of these in here. I am going to try to focus on reading volume 1 and volume 2 of the Emma M. Lyon series. I heard so many good things about these, and I'm just so elated to finally begin. I feel like my brain is telling me it's going to be a perfect like transition to the autumnal season, leaving summer behind. And if you don't know what these novels entail, it's essentially a lot of journal entries by our main character Emma M. Lyon set in 1883, and we're essentially following her navigating her life coming back to her town in London, St. Caspian's, and we just kind of see her life unfold. We see her meet like a lot of vivacious characters, and I feel like this is giving the vibes of like old style living meets modern living in terms of maybe even writing, but I feel like it's so relatable and so many people love it for that reason. But yes, I'm so freaking excited. To me, it does give the vibes of Ellen Montgomery's writing in terms of maybe how it's gonna span out. I don't know. I mean, I haven't even started it, but I feel like it's gonna give me such a thrill. So yes, I want to focus on these two. And another book that's on my list is a book that I've seen everywhere, and that is Girls Girl by Sonia Feldman. And this is essentially a coming of age novel, and where we're following our main character Mina as, she's having a very close relationship with one of her friends that ends up being uprooted with a kiss. And we're just following, the pains of growing up, love, just all of those bonds, just teenage stuff as well. And it's so coming of age. It's a queer coming of age, but I kind of feel like the way that this book was pitched is kind of, or the synopsis I read, it's kind of like think of a coming of age movie, for example, Ladybird, and you have just so much like confusion about like growing up, especially when it's rooted into teens and you just see that. And I'm so freaking excited because I'm always one to love to read books that kind of reflect on movies, and sometimes I attach some movies to certain books. I don't know, I'm just weird like that, but I feel like this is going to be one of those that definitely is going to give you like the growing pains a little bit. But I'm so excited for that. I've seen that everywhere on my Bookstagram, and I need to see what the hype is about. And it's actually not quite long, so I'm so excited. And last but not least on this list, it is August 5th. So August 4th yesterday. You already know what came out. I was so freaking excited. The second I put the third book down on the series, I needed book 4, and I'm so excited. August 5th, it was released yesterday on Publishing Tuesday, and that's none other than Adversary to the Villain. I have a Target in the shopping center I work at. So, literally, right after work, I clocked out. I went to Target, and they hadn't even put these out on the shelves. And I asked one of the employees, literally, man needs a raise because we waited for a total of probably like 15 minutes, and he just needed to find someone to be able to get it from the back. He came out with the book, and before I even left or anything, he said, "We're good, right? Like the edges are not messed up, like book's in good condition, because if not, I can swap it out for you." Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, because I'm so excited to have this copy on my hand. They only had like 7 left in stock, so I'm pretty sure that that's the only 7 that they received, because like I'm saying, they were not by the checkouts, which my Target usually has some of their books at. They didn't have it obviously in their book section, in the new release section. So yes, I'm so excited to venture back into the world of Eve, or Evie, and Evie and the villain. But yes, this is going to be my TBR that I'm going to focus on during this vlog. Of course, you know me, that I always change everything last minute, so I might take away, I might add. I don't know, man. I just work here. But yes, without further ado, I am so freaking excited to be back, and I hope you guys enjoy the vlog. So I'm so excited to share this news with you. I am so excited to start this new chapter of my life. This is essentially like a little small business I decided to open. I'm essentially selling jewelry, phone charms, keychains, Kindle charms, and everything stems from calico critters, Smithskis, Sony angels, Pop figurines if you're interested. And essentially the way that you can order these is I am posting the price plus the shipping on every single post. If you want a custom made order, before I even start it, I'll let you know the shipping price and the overall total. But yes, all custom orders are open now. If you see something that I post that's already made, you can order it that way too. Everything is always at the link in the description. I have a highlight that tells you how to order if you just forget. But yeah, I am so excited, and thank you so much for everybody that supported it. And if you want to go and place your custom order, go ahead and do so. This is my Instagram. I also post them on Depop. And if you are coming from Facebook, just make sure to send me a message, though I must say I do prefer Instagram a little bit better because it's a little more accessible. Sometimes Facebook does not let me send or request messages, so that's why it's a little bit harder, but I do end up posting everything there at the same that I do on my Instagram feed. So yeah, I'm so excited, and I hope you could place an order. hobbies. Okay, I do have some reading updates for you guys. I finished volume one, and this is kind of just obviously an introduction to her writing format, the way it is. And I will say these journals are so quirky, like so much witticism that is displayed in her writing, and I just love it because it's like a not coming of age, but kind of like in the middle of, I don't know. I feel like this is such great stories to cure midlife crisis, and I think that it is so. Whatever M line is feeling, you definitely feel that yourself. Like in terms of like cousin Archibald, like you kind of feel for her and you get pissed off with her, if that makes sense, because that's how personal the writing is. And I'm actually reading volume 2 at the moment. I have probably less than 50 pages left of this, so I'm definitely going to finish this today and start. I don't want to start volume 3 yet because I'm going to the bookstore tomorrow and I don't want to just be out of books to read, because I think there are the first 8 volumes to this is they're already released. Book 9 or volume 9 is in process of writing right now, and if I'm not mistaken, it's either 22 to 24 volumes that this series is gonna have. And so I don't know, it's so exciting. I genuinely love this. This kind of gives me like a good Ellen Montgomery feel of writing, where everything is so vivacious and then just coming out of the page to you, and it has so much dimension. Like the way that she describes certain scenarios, the way that she describes certain people have just so much dimension where they jump out of the page. And this is only like journal writing, so I don't know. I am so excited to check out more of this author's works. I did bookmark something to read it to you guys. So, okay, mind you, this was written in the year of 1883, so we're still referring to our peers with our surnames and stuff. So she's saying something, and she says, "The cobbler likes to sit here, Mr. Pierce, to see who needs new shoes. He does very well for himself, especially when the windows are clean. Niall, please." Pardon, I glanced at him. He was shaking his napkin, setting it over his lap, not looking at me when he said, "Niall, you need you don't need to call me Mr. Pierce. We own a cat together for all intents and purposes." I don't know. I thought that it was just so funny, and if you read, especially volume 2, you get the context of what I just read to you. But I don't know, just the way that he says that, and you kind of break formality, and I think that that's what makes it so relevant, because you kind of see those glimpses of, yes, it is the year 1883, but you kind of see that modernization where it kind of connects you as the audience to this type of writing. So I'm just so excited, and I cannot wait to, like I said, I have quite literally less than 50 pages, and I'm hoping to finish this today. This is going to be the book I want to finish up the month of July with. So yeah, those are my reading updates for you guys. Oh, I did end up going to Michael's on a quick little run yesterday, and I ended up buying this spooky dooky design paper, and I'll give you a flip through. I'll just insert it here, but this is 100 sheets. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know how many sheets. 30 designs. And I don't know, I think it's so pretty. I also ended up getting this sticker book, which, by the way, $12.99, girl. Why? Why is Michael so expensive? I feel like it's way more expensive than Hobby Lobby. But yes, this is a flip through of that. And that concludes my update for you guys. But I'll definitely update you guys when I have some more updates, some more reading updates, stuff I'm buying updates. But for the rest of the afternoon, I'm going to do some reading, definitely some journaling, and we're going to dinner tonight. So I'm going to have to get ready for that. But yeah, that's all I had to update you guys on. I'll see you when I see you. lovies. I have another reading update for you guys, and I'm so freaking excited for this one. I did finish a book, and as of the moment, I'm going to start the last book on this TBR. I also started another one last night on my Kindle, so we have quite a bit of news. Also, the last few days the last few days, I have been working on some orders for my small business. I did my friend Anna over on my Bookstagram, this one for her. Let's talk about the book I finished, which is Sonia Feldman's Girl's Girl. Now, I gave this a 5 out of 5 stars because, like I predicted, it is quite a coming of age type of feel to it. And we are really navigating toward love, friendship, loyalty. I don't know. It's so heartwarming because it's like you can definitely pinpoint some of these feelings along the book that are happening to Mina, where you are like, I have felt that before. I felt that when I was younger, and you categorize that emotion with that age or the era of growing up. And I feel like it's something that is so humane, like so relatable, and it was so good. I will not lie. At one point, Eleanor did piss me off because Miss Girl, we don't have to try to be different. Like Mina out here crushing on you. Get it together. Get it together. And I mean, listen, there is a point in this book that irritated me because Eleanor had told Margaret that Mina kissed her when it was the other way around, and then she got quite peeved that Mina wouldn't share this news with her best friend, Margaret, right? That this is a thing. And I mean, I get it to a certain extent, but like, guys, come on, what are we doing here? Please, ladies, like, come on. And I got quite peeved at that because it's like, what do you mean? Girl, first of all, you lying. Second of all, just love on each other, man. I just rooted so hard for them because it's like such a, I don't know, sometimes half of it is so childish, like emotions, just trying to balance love and then the cusp of growing up, you know? So, it's like that childish thing where like, oh my god, I don't want to tell her that I like her because what is she gonna think? And it's like now reading this in a perspective of someone who's older, I definitely did see some similarities where I would be like Eleanor, or I would be like Mina in terms of just combating these feelings, accepting these feelings, growing up with these feelings. So it was just so heartwarming, so humane, so relatable to read about. And my only critique on this book is that it's not long enough, but I understand why. And the ending was so bittersweet in terms of you kind of go through this journey with all these, well, the whole trio actually of friends, and you see them all grown up, and it's, I don't know, it's just bittersweet because it's so fulfilling, but at the same time you just don't want it to end. And like I did mention, it is quite short, so I don't know. It just filled my heart with so much warmth, if that makes sense. So that is my review on Girls Girl. Now let's talk about what the heck I started reading last night on my Kindle. I was looking for another dark romance book, and lies actually. Lies. I was looking for a Dragon Shifter Academy uh book on my Kindle Unlimited, and I went across this one, and I was like, oh my gosh, that sounds great. I need to read this. I seen this on TikTok, by the way. I was like, oh, this is everything I wanted. Releases October 13th. Girl, we are in August. Come on. No, don't do me like that, please. So I was so upset, and I just tried to go into try finding more shifter romance novels. With that being said, I did come across Jasmine Mass Shifters. Um, but then I realized it's a wide choose, and I think personally for me, I don't care for wide choose. Like, it's not. I know there are so many people that enjoy this type of like trope, I guess. Um, and I can see the appeal to it, but it's just not for me. I think the why choose trope in books is gonna make me not want to read it. I just don't care for it. It's not for me. It was not written for me. And you know what, girl? It's fine because I'll leave that to the big dogs, whomever it is, whomever enjoys this trope. But it's not for me. I gave it a try, and then I find out that Psycho Shifters is a wide choose, so I just pushed the brakes on that one. And then thus I ended up with a dark romance, and it is the second book in the duet of the Web of Lies, Web of Strangers, Web of something, man, by I think it's Lee Rivers, and that is Little Liar. I don't know why I keep forgetting the title. Little Liar, which is the second book in the Web of Silence. I went with two and none of them were correct, but Web of Silence. This is a duo, so this is the last one in the companionship, I guess. I made it all the way to almost 100 pages and 89 pages, and then I ended up falling asleep because I have no self control, and it was already like almost 2 in the morning, and I had to wake up at 5. Okay, so yeah, I started reading Little Liar, and I believe this is like 400 and something, 400 something, 300 something, 400. I don't know. I'll put it up in the screen, okay? That's the page count for this book. And the first one I heard that it was just spicy, and this one actually has quite a bit of plot to it. So, the beginning of this book is essentially telling the events that ended up unfolding throughout the years in book one, but from Malachi's perspective. Let me embarrass myself on the internet a little bit, because when I was reading this book in book one, the way that our male main character's name is pronounced, which is right here, my brain strictly went to Malachi. And I was like, my brain can't adapt to that, so let me make a name for him. Malchi is what I decided to call him for all book one. So when I went and seen what people's reactions were to this book on TikTok, they were like, oh, Malachi Vise. I was like, did we read the same book? Because who the fuck is Malachi? Girl, girl. Oh my God. Laugh at me, because this is genuine disgustingness. Like, I don't know why my brain did that, but stupidity strikes again with me. And but yeah, I am reading Little Liar, and I am quite excited because that is the last book, and I suck at finishing series. So the fact that I'm gonna finish this, I'm gonna count it as a series. But yeah, that is something that I'm gonna be reading on my Kindle. And as my reading plans today, I do have my highly anticipated Adversary to the Villain. I'm so excited for this one. I'm already looking at the link. That's not long enough for me, girl. That's not long. Let me tell you something about this book. When I look for cozy fantasy, I don't look for the biggest character development, the biggest plot twist, something I've never read before. I'm genuinely just looking for something that's cozy fantasy, that's a little bit slowed down, a little bit um, uneventful at times, to give me a break from all the romantasy, fantasy, all the chaos that I've been reading. Great chaos, by the way. But I just need something to kind of ease down, and I feel like cozy fantasy always does it for me. So I'm so excited, and this is one of my most anticipated releases of this year. But yes. In other news, what the heck do I have to share? Okay, I'll do this. As you know, I went book shopping, and I've only literally went to go pick up 3 books for my brother. So these were spontaneous purchases. First, I'm trying to get into thriller slash horror. You already know, because the spooky months are coming up. And I picked up a Penguins classic, and that is Shirley Jackson's The Haunting of Hill House. Now, I did watch the show a couple of years back. I think it's like the year it released. But I feel like when you read it, it becomes slightly more eerie because all the quietness around you, and just reading some crazy, somebody just ate somebody else's leg, some crazy shit like that. I'm sat, okay? I'm sat. So I'm excited to hit that one. I also picked up the 40th anniversary edition of Margaret Atwood's The Handmaid's Tale. Now, I did have this cover back way back when, and I ended up donating it to Half Price Books because I was like, okay, I'm not going to read this anytime soon. But I hate the texture of these pages. My sensory issues can't do that. So I figured pick up this cover. I really love this edition. The cover, gorgeous, and just annotate it and burner copy, if you will. So I'm quite excited for that one. This book, I'm not going to read anytime soon because I haven't read the second duet in this series, and I need to hit those before I hit this. I also know there's short novellas within the series itself. I'm not going to hit those anytime soon either. So I did end up picking up, because it was publishing Tuesday, The Lion and the Deathless Dark by Carissa Broadbent. She is thick, okay? And like I said, will not be hitting that anytime soon unless I finish these two beforehand. I finished the first two in the series, but these need to be read, and now this one needs to be read. So yeah, I mean, anything other than that, no. My reading plans this afternoon is do some reading of Adversary to the Villain before I have to go to work. And um yeah, I mean, I'll hit you back up when I have some updates, but yes, that those are my plans. ATM. So, mwah, I love Really quickly, I just wanted to show you guys I ordered a bracelet from Moonlite Jewelry. This is their card, and I just wanted to show it to you guys. It came with some freebie stickers. Look at how cute. I am obsessed. I am definitely going to use these for my journaling. And then I love that it came with a care note on, you know, what to avoid on the jewelry. This is what I ended up ordering. I was going to open it on camera, but I just had a rush to get to work, so. But this is beautiful. What literally got me was this little chicken right here, adorable, and then this little bell pepper. My wrist in general is quite small, but if I put it on this last one, it still slides, but I love that. And I don't know, it kind of gave me a little bit of some fall vibes. I don't know, I'm just so into fall, and I have to do it right this year because I am obsessed. But yeah, go support Moonlit Jewelry, not Moonlight, Moonlit Jewelry. This is the card, and I will be linking them in the description below as well. They have so many pieces. I'm gonna put some on the screen for you guys, but yeah, I just wanted to show you that. Hey, my lovies, I do have some reading update. It is actually the next day, and I was just so exhausted from work yesterday that I ended up not reading after I got home from work. But because I am off today, I just wanted to do quite a bit of reading today. I'm hoping to finish 2 books. So yeah, let me update you guys. I did end up starting Adversary to the Villain yesterday before leaving for work, and I didn't get too far in, but I have been spending the last few hours reading this, and I am well over halfway. I think I'm less than 20 chapters shy away from the ending, and I'm so upset because I love this world so much. I love the characters so much, and it's so bittersweet that it has to end. And I don't know if the series is complete after this one or if the author is still releasing this, and if this is the last one, I'm gonna cry. Hopefully, it's not, because this is something that I don't want ever to end. It is so freaking good. I'm gonna mourn it when it does, I swear. But wow, so good. A lot of character development and a lot of, things that we just kind of didn't expect, especially leaving off from the last book. And essentially, Adversary to the Villain, we're following Evie Sage, picks up right after the last book. Essentially, we're kind of following her navigating this new dark magic that she's been wielded. And we kind of see her as an optimist and a very positive person, try to combat and refrain from turning into or giving into this evil magic, and it's sort of turning her into a pessimist, and we just see her navigate through that. And it's so cozy fantasy, and we kind of just see her tap into her family and loved ones to try to combat that. In addition, we're also following our main character Tristan as, or the villain, right? And we're just kind of following him as he no longer wields that magic, and we kind of he turns into something else. I'm not gonna tell you what, because y'all gotta read it, but essentially we're just kind of following him as he glides through the rest of the story without having that, and kind of lending so much support to Evie as she is having second thoughts about this. We are kind of venturing into looking for the book of Renadon, and essentially we're just following this prophecy that we're trying to kind of make sense of. We also find Kingsley in his human form in this one, but it's more complex than that. So it's just so much to unpack, but I'm having such a great time. This is generally one of those books, for me at least, that I don't get lost through. I can listen to, I can read, like, I don't get lost because it's so easy to follow along, but it's so eventful. And I think what I really like about it is that it does definitely meet me at the pace where it's like, okay, I want something to happen, but at the same time, not too much to where I'm dying and I'm like, what is going on? And we do see some returning characters in this one, and I'm so freaking excited for these last chapters. But yeah, I mean, that is my update for this one. I am loving it so much, and because I'm close to being done with it, and I've only literally finished one book for the month of August, and we are on day 13. Hello. I'm going to go ahead and add the Unselected Journals of Emma M. Lyon, Volume 3, to the TBR because, these books are actually quite short and the writing is not like fill the page crazy like classics. So I wanted to add that to the TBR just so I can do at least